fucking cold!
Get down.
Alright, so right now there's a huge Arctic blast coming down from the north. Here in Houston, it's actually not too bad. It's only about 45, 50. It's been a little while since I've had the bike out, so before it got too much colder, I figured I'd just jump on the bike and go for a quick ride. It's gonna be cold as shit, but it'll be worth it. It'll be alright. So, yeah. So a lot of people think that riding motorcycles is like super dangerous. It's really not. You have to worry about other people. I've been riding for a long time. I've been in a couple accidents, and all of which were everybody else's fault. If you're alert and you're smart and you pay attention to what's going on, it's actually not that bad. For years, my only means of transportation was a motorcycle. I couldn't afford a car. Whenever we had our first son, Connor, that changed drastically because I didn't want to take the chance of possibly getting hurt. So now, I ride strictly on the back roads. Every once in a while, I'll go and take a long trip, but it's always with somebody. It's always with somebody else that I know. That way, if anything goes wrong, I have somebody with me. This is a lot fucking colder than I thought it was gonna be. Whew. That was so much colder than I thought it was gonna be. Whew. Okay. So many things to do, so little time. The do's and don'ts of getting tattooed by a custom tattoo artist. Now, I know getting tattooed is a very stressful situation, especially whenever you have a very large project that you're extremely enthusiastic about. You're ready to invest a lot of time, a lot of money. Choosing the right artist can be stressful, and you might not quite be sure how to approach it. There is, I repeat, there is a tattoo etiquette when it comes to choosing the artist that you want to get tattooed by. So this is just a small list of do's and don'ts that will help you get the right tattoo with the right artist for the job. So let's just jump right in. Number one, do your research. I cannot stress this enough. A tattoo is permanent. Do your research. Look at the different portfolios. Look at the different artists in your area. Look at the different artists in your state. But most importantly, look at the style of the artists that you're into. Just because somebody that you like is an award-winning artist doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna be best suited for your particular project. Most custom tattoo artists have achieved a level of skill to where they are very well capable of doing many different styles of tattooing, many different niches, if you will. A lot of artists like myself really prefer to stay in a small section of things that we really and truly enjoy doing. Now, that is not to say that we do not like doing other things. It is not that your particular project or style is less than, but my personal opinion, it boils down to ethics and the morality that is tattooing. If an artist is forced or talked into doing a tattoo that they may or may not be interested in doing, they may not be like extra stoked to do the tattoo, more oftentimes than not, the tattoo will be less than what it could be. Now, that is not to say that it is going to be a bad tattoo. I'm just saying it may or may not achieve that extra level of craftsmanship. Now, there are other artists out there who absolutely love the style of tattoo that you're wanting to do. So if you go to an artist and that's not their thing, fret not, they're not turning you away because they don't like your idea. It's simply because they like to stick with their specific thing. They want to give you the best experience and tattoo that they can. Number two, don't be cheap. I know that this is common sense for most people. Tattoos are expensive. If you want something on your body for a long period of time, aka forever, you want to make sure you are spending the money to achieve the quality of work that you want. Now, just like with every other thing in this free market, you get what you pay for. If you go cheap, 9 times out of 10, the tattoo is going to be terrible. If you go really expensive, you're going to go with a really great tattoo. Higher rates most of the time mean more experience. Higher rates, more experience, better tattoo overall. So in a nutshell, if you reach out to an artist that you really like and they quote you an extremely high price, remember, you get what you pay for. Number 3, be patient. Custom tattoo artists work strictly off of appointment, meaning they get booked, okay? They get booked out for long periods of time. Some keep their schedules only around a month, other people book out years in advance. Yes, I said years. I personally only stay out about 6 months at a time. I prefer to keep it that short because anything past that is just a little overwhelming to me, and I like the freedom to be able to move my schedule around and travel and spend time with my family when I want. People who are custom tattoo artists, like I said, work off a schedule. We stay booked for an extended period of time, so there is more oftentimes than not a wait, unless you just happen to get lucky and you squeeze in on one of their openings. Be patient. As your parents, I'm sure, said, all good things come to those who wait. Just be patient. They will get to you. They will do a great job. Just trust and be patient. Number 4, don't micromanage. I personally deal with this often because I tattoo a lot of very professional people who work in white collar America who are used to treating every situation like a job. In the tattoo industry, it's a little bit different. Now, please bear with me because this is gonna sound a little arrogant and is not meant to. It's simply meant to help educate you guys. Tattooing has been around for an extremely long time, but it's only been in the mainstream media for a very short amount of time. A lot of the people who are getting tattooed that do this micromanaging don't know the ins and outs of tattooing and don't necessarily understand every aspect of it. With that being said, the artist is always right. The artist knows best. Do not try and control the situation because in a tattoo shop, in a tattoo industry, you are coming to us for something that we have spent years honing our skill and our talent to be able to create and give you the best possible thing that we can give you. Something that is going to be a part of you for the rest of your life. So we know what's best. You have to give us a basic idea and then from there we will design everything. We factor in composition, lighting, color, texture, contrast, all of those things to give you the best possible tattoo. So whenever we present you with the design, bing, know that it is the best possible design and the best possible outcome that you can get because we've more than likely been working on it for quite a while. So stop micromanaging, people. This brings us to number 5, and number 5 is by far my favorite thing to talk about. It is the one that I really like to enforce the most, and that is trust your artist. I know it can be very nerve-wracking. You're getting a new tattoo. It's permanent. If it's your first time with this person, you don't know them personally, so it can be a little tricky. It can be a little scary. Trust us. Your best course of action when approaching a tattoo artist for a potential project is to give us a basic idea of what you want to get. For example, if you're trying to get a sleeve, right? Put together a list of 10 things that you might want to wear in that sleeve. And in those 10 things, prioritize them 1 to 10. Number 1 being the absolute most important thing that you have to have on there. Number 10 being, it'd be cool, but I don't necessarily have it. And then from there, figure out if you want to do color or black and gray, give it to the artist and let them run with it. You will, by far, have much more of an enjoyable experience. You will have much better of a tattoo in the end if you give the artist artistic freedom. We as artists are creators. We don't draw through other people. We prefer to draw ourselves. We prefer to draw through our own artistic abilities and styles to give you the best possible thing that we as individuals can come up with. And lastly, this is kind of important, longevity. This boils back into trust, don't micromanage, and listening to your artist. Longevity of a tattoo is something that is relatively taboo in the tattoo community right now. By that, I mean a lot of people are bringing in references, things from Pinterest, different tattoos that they've pulled off of different forums that they really, really like and want to get. They present them with the tattoo artist, and then we as artists are forced with telling you, unfortunately, that's just not possible, or that may or may not age well. Longevity of a tattoo is something that you have to consider, because tattooing a piece of skin is not like drawing on a piece of paper. The way it looks right now and the way it looks in 5 to 7 years, maybe even 10 years down the line, is something completely different. It ages, it changes. You know what? I'm gonna explain it to you. Hold on. Cell regeneration, as they teach you in school. 1 cell turns into 2. 2 cell turns into 4. So whenever we tattoo you, we're actually injecting a powder-based pigment into your skin cells, okay? Ouch, tattoo. Whenever we dye your skin cell, over the course of time, it replicates 1 to 2, 2 to 4, and so on and so forth. So your line or detail that originally started nice and thin over the course of 5 to 7 years can spread underneath your skin as your skin cells continue to replicate and move and move and move and move. And it continues to do that through time. So when deciding on a specific tattoo, right? If you come in and you want to get something like in white ink, or you want to get something on your finger, or you want to get a whole bunch of detail in a very, very small area, or even better, you want to get a tattoo that's a cover-up. Listen to the artist. We're trying to give you the best tattoo that we can give you, not only right now, but in 5 to 7, 10, 20 years from now. All aspects of the design are catered around that specific thing, making sure that you're spending all of this money, that you're sitting through all of this pain, and you're ending up with a tattoo that you're going to like forever. That's not going to turn into a huge blob on your arm. If you have an immense amount of detail in a very small area, due to the way that the skin cells replicate as I was showing you, thing travels, it turns into a blob. Well guys, that was it. Man, that was a lot. That was a lot more than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really quick, fast. I was wrong. Those are the do's and don'ts of trying to get tattooed by a custom tattoo artist. If you follow those simple guidelines, you're going to have an amazing experience. Those do's and don'ts are catered towards my knowledge of the tattoo community as a whole, a community that I've been proudly a part of for coming up on 13 years. 13 years. April 11th will be 13 years. I can't believe it. That's crazy to me. Crazy. Time flies. Anyways, guys, follow those simple rules. You'll have a great experience. All right, guys, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I have to go do some stuff. I gotta edit this video. I gotta put it up. If you have any questions about getting tattooed or the process of trying to find the right artist, don't be afraid to reach out and leave me a comment below. You can find me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. If you guys like the video, do me a favor, hit that little subscribe button right over there, right there. If you like it, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Later.